I've had a real struggle with doubt after being saved last year. Not that he wouldn't do things, but that he wasn't even there at times.
I grew up on the south side of Fort Worth and was thrust into the limelight as a youngster.
I lost my husband 18 months ago. My biggest fear in losing him was being alone.
Had aspirations to play basketball professionally. Got drafted pretty high, but only to find that that wasn't what God had for me.
Someone said, "Man, I can see you've been a worship leader." And I said, "No, not me. Never in 1,000 years would God ever call me to lead worship, ever."
Became angry with God and wind up letting the enemy come in like a flood and get me involved into drugs and alcohol.
My dad died when I was 10 years old, and that left me with a lot of feelings of anger and abandonment. I didn't believe that it was possible that he could heal that part of my life.
Until eventually I began to hear echoes that my addiction was telling me that I'm going to kill you.
But to see him continually prove to me that he loves me and that he's there, and it's just remarkable.
My mother taught me how to pray when I was 12. She would get down on her knees with me.
I've been able to face each and every morning without fear because God is right there with me. He has carried me through this.
I was calling God, but still using. Kept calling him and kept using. It was the weirdest thing.
You know, a year later, I'm leading worship with Rick White over in Argyle West. And I looked out and saw about 1,200 people praising God. And I was on stage playing. I mean, I was just losing it on stage.
The last time that I failed, I was surely doomed to die.
I finally started believing that he could, that it was possible for him to heal that part of my heart. And he did. And my life is lighter and freer and beautiful.
I just plunged into a very, very deep and dark place. Satan had me, and I could hear him saying, "Now I'm finished to destroy you and cut your head off, and you will be gone." And then all of a sudden, through all those years of struggling with that addiction and praying through it while I was using, it was just like daylight. God just seemed like he just reached in there, right there, and swooped me out of that place. And I knew without a shadow of a doubt that it wasn't nobody but him that performed that in my life. And so it put a new song in my mouth, and people see me around here and they think that, I'm sure they think I'm overreacting or I just have so much energy, but only if they knew where the good Lord had brought me from, they would celebrate with me because he showed me his power. He showed me his love. He showed me his mercy. And then he gave me that grace that none of us cannot buy. We can't sell it or we can't earn it. And so I just thank him for that. Oh, I just have to tell him, thank you, Master, for your goodness and your mercy and your love. The Bible tells us, oh, taste and see that the Lord, he is good.